Greetings, I'm Zachary Hepner. Pleased to share this Dvar Torah with you for Parashat Vayikra. Let's for a moment engage in pshat. On the first verse in Leviticus, the famous question is VAYIKRA VAYEDEBER. Why the double verbiage? VAYIKRA el Moshe. VAYEDEBER Adonai elav me ohel moed lemor. Hashem called to Moshe and spoke to him from the ohel moed, the tent of meeting, saying, why VAYIKRA and VAYEDEBER? Many Drashot are based on this double verbiage, and sometimes it's worthwhile just to give the simplest pshat. Exodus ends on a cliffhanger. The mishkan, ohel moed, is erected, and Moshe is unable to enter because it's covered with the cloud. Kevod Hashem hamishkan. Moses is outside the tabernacle, and then Vayikra. God calls him in. That is what in rabbinic terminology is called a matir. God either calls Moshe in or allows Moses to enter. At this point, Moshe enters the ohel moed, which is not called a mishkan any longer in Leviticus. Parenthetically, the ohel moed is only called the mishkan 4 times in Leviticus. Leviticus 8, 15, 17, and 28. It's called ohel moed many, many times in Sefer Vayikra. Back to the unwritten narrative, at this point Moshe enters the ohel moed. Only then, after Moshe enters, Vayedaber. God tells Moshe then the Leviticus laws. This is the pshat. Note that Bechor Shor says it almost explicitly. Lefi shehaya Moshe chutz laohel kedichtiv v'lo yechol Moshe lavo el moed mipnei ha'anan. Amar shemahil moed ba hakol elav וכשהיה בתוך האוהל, היה שומע הכל בא מבין שני הקרובים. ורבותינו דרשו מאוהל מועד יכול מכל הפרוכת, תלמוד לומר מבין שני הקרובים. Moshe was outside the tent because the cliffhanger verse in the end of Exodus. Once he entered the tent, did Moses hear the divine voice between the kruvim, the cherubs. Bechor Shor, citing Chazal in Parashat Truma, chapter 25, verse 27 of Exodus, V'dibarti itcha me'al hakaporet. I will speak to you from above the cover, from between the kruvim that are on top of the ark. Again, V'dibarti, as in Vayedaber. There is one more missing verse, not mentioned by Bechor Shor, that might be overlooked, but it's just as relevant. This is the last verse of Parashat Naso, Numbers 7, verse 89. Uvavo Moshe lo moed ledaber ito, vayishma kol midaber elav me'al hakaporet, asher alon hakidut miben shnei hakrovim vayedaber elav. The last verse of Parashat Naso, when Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with God, he would hear the voice addressing him from above the cover that was on the top of the aron of the pact between the 2 kruvim. Thus God spoke to him. Again, ledaber, midaber, vayedaber. So to recap, Vayikra is the matir. It allows Moshe to the cliffhanger from Exodus. Moshe couldn't enter, Vayikra. So God calls Moshe to invite him or allow Moshe to enter. The rest of Leviticus is Vayedaber, as in Exodus 25. V'dibarti. God is heard between the kruvim, or ledaber, midaber, Vayedaber in Numbers 7. Same place, between the kruvim, on top of the ark of the testimony. I'd like to add one more thought. Many drashot are associated with the small aleph in Vayikra because it resonates with the cold, dispassionate Vayikar manner that God had spoken to Bilam. In many other instances, I have pointed out that the death of Nadav and Avihu, the sons of Aaron, is foreshadowed in the Torah numerous times. I feel that it is obliquely alluded to here again one more time. The Mishkan is assembled and built. A great achievement for Moshe. Moshe can take ownership of such an accomplishment. Then God takes away the keys from Moshe. Then Vayikra, but with a small aleph. God forewarns Moshe, enter the ohel moed, but caveat emptor. Don't enter frivolously or pompously. It's God's space. Enter and be careful not to lose yourself in the holiness. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.